All right, team, thank you for your time. We're here today to talk about something absolutely critical, our fall prevention metrics. Now, I know we all believe we have a solid plan in place, but what if I told you that the conventional wisdom, the very foundation of our current approach, might be missing the single biggest piece of the puzzle? Today, we're going to dive into a data-backed protocol that challenges those old assumptions and offers a clear path to significantly improving resident safety and stability. Let's just cut right to the chase with the question that I know is on everyone's mind. Our residents walk, right? We encourage it. They do it daily. We track the steps. So why are our fall rates still so stubbornly high? It feels like we're doing the right thing, but the numbers just aren't moving the way they should be. Well, it turns out this has nothing to do with a lack of effort, not at all. It's about a fundamental misunderstanding of what's actually happening in the body as we age. The answer? Well, it has a name. It's called the fit-frail syndrome, and I bet you can picture exactly who I'm talking about. It's the resident who can walk the grounds for an hour, no problem. But then you see them trying to get up from a dining chair, and they have to use their hands to push off. They have endurance, they have stamina, but they have zero, and I mean zero, foundational strength to stop a stumble or even just stand up without assistance. The culprit behind this is a preventable condition called sarcopenia, which is just a fancy word for age-related muscle loss. So why doesn't all that walking fix the problem? I mean, it's exercise, isn't it? Well, here's the best way to think about it. Walking is like charging a car battery. It's great for the engine, for the energy system, but charging the battery does absolutely nothing to fix a flat tire. It doesn't reinforce a rusted-out frame. You see, walking is a catabolic activity. It burns fuel. What our residents desperately need is something anabolic, something that actually builds the physical structure, the frame itself, and walking just doesn't do that. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty just for a second, because the biology here is actually key. Think of our muscles as having two main types of fibers. You've got your type 1 fibers, that's the engine. They're built for endurance. They're what you use when you walk. They can go and go. But then you have type 2 fibers. This is your chassis, your frame. These are for power and strength. They're the fibers that fire in a split second to catch you when you trip. And here is the most critical part. Sarcopenia, that muscle loss we talked about, it attacks the type 2 power fibers first, and walking does next to nothing to stimulate them. So that begs the multi-million-dollar question, doesn't it? If our primary strategy is just walk more, how much protection are we really giving our residents against the worst-case scenario, a catastrophic hip fracture? Okay, get ready for this, because the data is, well, it's shocking. A walking-only program reduces the risk of a hip fracture by a measly 6%. 6%, that's it. Now, look at this. A simple resistance training program, it slashes that same risk by over 50%. 50! This isn't a small adjustment, team. This is the difference between a strategy that is statistically insignificant and one that is genuinely, profoundly protective. So, let's bring that car analogy home one more time because it truly says it all. Walking improves the engine's efficiency, but resistance training, that builds the chassis, it builds the frame, the suspension, the tires, everything that keeps you stable on the road. And let's be honest, you can't put a Ferrari engine in a rusted-out frame and expect a safe ride. For way too long, our industry has only been focused on the engine. It's time to build the chassis. Okay, enough about the problem. What do we actually do about it? The data points to a really straightforward, totally scalable solution. We call it the 3-pillar fix. Let me show you exactly how simple and effective this is. Pillar number 1 is all about building that total body strength. And the best part? We don't need to build a whole new gym. The starting point is something that is safe, incredibly accessible, and I guarantee you we have dozens of them right now. 2 one-gallon water jugs. Each one weighs about 8 pounds, so together you have a perfect 16-pound starting weight for our first key exercise. That exercise is the loaded carry, sometimes called a farmer's walk. Now, form is everything here, and it's dead simple to teach. You start by hinging at your hips, and you gotta emphasize this flat back, no rounding, to pick up the jugs. Then stand up tall, pull those shoulders back, squeeze the core, and just walk. That's it. This one simple movement builds grip strength, core stability, and hip strength all at the same time. We're essentially turning a regular walk into a powerful chassis-building exercise. Pillar number 2 is the sit to stand, and this one directly targets the most important anti-fall muscles, the quads and the glutes. The goal is easy to understand. Stand up from a chair without using your hands. But wait, the real magic, the part that actually builds strength, is on the way down. We want a slow, controlled 3-second descent. 1, 2, 3. That's what builds the braking power in the muscles to prevent a collapse when someone stumbles. Finally, pillar 3, this one is all about bone density. You see, there's a scientific principle that says your bones only get stronger when you put some impact through them. Unfortunately, walking is just too gentle, so we need to add a little intentional impact. All our residents have to do is hold on to a counter for balance and just stomp their feet, a good firm stomp. Now, of course, if anyone has joint pain, there's an easy modification. They can just do firm heel drops instead. Both of these send that crucial signal to the hips and femur to stay strong and dense. You know, all of this leads to a really powerful shift in thinking, and it's summed up perfectly by Dr. Gabrielle Lyon. She says muscle is the organ of longevity. I just want you to let that sink in for a moment. This isn't just about preventing falls anymore. This is about fighting sarcopenia head-on. It's about giving our residents the strength to live with more freedom, more capability for longer. We have to start thinking of muscle not just for moving, but as a critical metabolic organ that is essential for a long, healthy life. So, if you take one thing away from this briefing today, let it be this. Our focus has to shift. Preventing falls isn't about counting more steps. It's about building real functional strength. The data is clear-cut. The plan we just went over is simple and scalable, and the potential impact on our residents' quality of life? Well, it's enormous. It's time we stop just charging the engine. It's time we start building the chassis.